sound on. Transition to the talking screen, and hello everyone. How are you doing, Mama?
I'm doing all right. How are you this evening?
Doing all right. I see Chip Sounders in the chat. Hey, Chip Sounder, how are you doing? You also found your charger. Good. Good to have that. Let's see, do I have anything fun or interesting to talk about since last time? Not really. The weather here has been weathering, I guess. On Sunday, excuse me, there was a high of 80 and a low of 37. So
Yep.
yeah, it was warm on Sunday, and then it was cold today. So that was quite unpleasant. But aside from that, haven't been doing too much other than I guess I've been going to more board game events.
Oh, well, that's
Make
good.
sure my audio is not being affected by the AC turning on. Okay, hopefully that gets any of that. Chip Sounders says there are some drunk people singing in the key of tone deaf. Bless them. As long as they're having fun, and they're in a place where that kind of singing is appropriate. Yeah, so on Sunday, I got to play a number of games. Played the Shipwreck Arcana, Flourish, Up or Down, Kodama, and the Lord of the Rings trick-taking cooperative game, which was interesting. But yeah, aside from that, don't think I have anything else fun or exciting to do. Just otherwise been working and doing stuff. So, Mama, do you have anything fun or interesting you want to share?
I don't think I have anything fun or interesting here lately.
No worries. Then that makes it Sudoku time. So let's go ahead and transition over to that screen, and we'll get into our first puzzle for today. And that is going to be Outside Sums Influencing Neighbors by Chip Sounder. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Place the digits 1 through 9 once each in every row column in 3x3 box. Clues outside the grid show the sum of the first x digits, where x is the first seen digit in that respective row or column. Cells separated by a white dot are consecutive, and not all dots are given. Well, 43 means I have to have 2 on the end, which can only be done as a 2, so this is an 8. 39 is going to have 6, which could still theoretically be 1 and 3 here. So this is 1, 3, or 4, and then this would be 7 or 6.
Although it cannot have 1 next on the Kropke dot.
Oh, that's very true. So then, this is 3, 4, or 5. So we know 4 is here.
Well, the 38 in column for column 1 is left with 7 or 6.
Okay, so this would be 7 or 8. But there's already an 8, so this is a 7. So this is a 1. That's a 6. 6 leaves 3 remaining, so 3, 4, 1. 31 is the next biggest, which is going to be 9 and 5 is 14. So I need at least 13 more, which is going to have to be 2. So it's maximum 6. But it could go down to 5.
Now, if 13 is in 2, it's going to have to be 5, 8.
Which would
Because
be
it
6
sees
over here.
6 and it sees a 4, so.
Yeah.
But if it goes to a third, and that being 5 over there.
Well, if we go around, then this would be a 6 and then a 7. Or 6 could not go down to 5 and down to 4, so it would be 6, 7, 7, 8. So over here, we can't have 6 or 7 over here. So 28 has to be in 6 or 7. But 28 has a remainder of 17, which is fine with a 7, because that would be 8 and 9 over here. Although on the opposite side, we have 17. Which isn't possible for these two. But 28 has a remainder of 17, which means 17 is what's over on this side.
Right.
Yeah. So the sum of these two has to be 9. So this is 2 or 3. Which is going to go up to 2, 3, or 4. But you can't have 14 and 2 with a 2. Oh, you can't have 17 and 2 with a 2. So this has to be a 3.
Right.
This has to be a 4.
All right, I missed why those have to sum to 9.
Because the whole row is 45, and
Right.
28 and 17 are 45.
Is 45, right?
And if let's say these two didn't sum to 9, then it would say that less than the end. So let's say it was these 3. Let's say it was this row. 28 and 17
Oh, right. Okay.
is 45.
Yeah. I got it. I know I was not grasping it in that I do.
Yeah. Just to finish the explanation, if anybody else sees this and doesn't have that complete yet, because the entire row is 45, if these two ends didn't sum to 9, they would be saying that either less than the row was 45 or more than the row was 45. And that's not allowed by just the fact that the sum of the entire row is 45. So
Right.
these two have to match, or not match, but sum to 40 or 9. There we go. The 3 and the 6 make 9. And now these two are 14 and 5, 9, and 6, 8. Can't be 6, 8. It has to be 5, 9. And then we've got our 13 here in 3, because the remainder is 14 going across. Not sure what to do with that at the moment. 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These two aren't 4, and these two aren't 2. So we know we have a 2 over here. So this is either 9 or 10. And I need one more to make 14, right?
Well,
Yeah.
bottom of column 3, that 28 cannot be in 8. And it cannot be in 7 because of the 10 at the top.
Yeah. Oh, these are 13 and either 10 or 11, but it has to be 3. So,
And since that 4 for the 28, it's going to need another 24, which is 7, 8, 9.
uh,
38. So 7 left over. And it's going to have to be in 2.
these are both 7.
Right.
Let's see. 14 and 4 means 10 and 3, and then lose the 7 means 3.
Well, and the row 3, 30 has 15 left over.
Mm-hmm.
But the last, that 15, if it's in 2, they have to be consecutive, which the only way to do that is 7, 8, and it cannot be.
So this has to be 6 or smaller. Looks like it has to be 5. It can't be a 4. So I think that means this 6. This is correct. No, that's 35.
No. 11 needs 19.
Can where's the 11 that needs 19?
If it's the 6,
Mm-hmm. Oh, right. Then I have 19 remaining
and if
in
it's
these.
1, that's 6 for 24.
Which would be 7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's not impossible. Okay. 20 is minimum 3, 3, 8, 9. 5, 6, 8, and 9 is clearly not possible. 7 is minimum 28. So it has to be 3 or 4. Oh, and it can't be 3 because that 8 and 9 looks at that. So this is 4. And I get 16 and 3. And those two are consecutive. So this would be 1, 4, 7. Well, it has to be a 1, which means these are 7 and 8. Nice. And the reason I know that this had to be 1, 4, or 7 is because a consecutive pair like this has to be a multiple of 3. So starting with 15, the largest version would leave a 1, and then subtract 3 from this, add 3 to that, gives me 4. Again, subtract 3, add 3, 7, but the 4 and the 7 here force that to be a 1. And then 7 and 8 gives us 15. Similar
And
logic
the
to
4 there at the end has to be consecutive with 3.
I don't know why that took me 3 attempts. I saw the 5, and I don't know why I clicked 5, but then I clicked 4 before I clicked 3. 4, 1, and 7. Thanks. 4, 1, and 7 here again. I can't go 1 to 2, so 1 is out. 3 or 5. No, apparently. That means this is a 7 going to 6 or 8. What was left over? We got 3 and something. No, this is 3 because these two look at these 3. Okay, well, 5, 6, and 9. Five, 6, 9, and what's left over? 8? No, it's just 8. 5, 6, which is not that one. I don't see a 9, and I don't see a 2. This one's just 9. I don't see 7 or 5. Nope, there's a 5 right here. 2, 6, or 8. Not 8, because we already looked at that possibility. 5 is... So we've got 15 in this much, but 6 and 7
so it cannot be 6, 7.
Because that would be 13. So this has to be 1 and 2 and a 7 here. If it didn't double click. 2, 6, 5, 5, 5 is here, 6 and 1 and 8.
11 left,
here.
which would have to be 4 and 7.
I don't see 9, and I don't see 3. Five, 6, 4, 2, 3, 5 and 6. 2, 3, 5, 3, 6, 5, 6. 5, 6, 3, 6, 2, 5.
Now the top of that crop key can't be a 2.
4, 5 pair, 1, 2, but I have
but
to have
5
5
has
up
to
here.
be, yeah.
Two, 8, 9, 8, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. There we go. Alright. Our next puzzle is Towers and Arrows by Chip Sounder. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Place the digits 1 through 9, once each in every row, column, and 3x3 box. Digits on an arrowed line sum to the total given in the connected circle. Digits may repeat if other rules allow. Each digit in the grid represents the height of a building in itself. Taller buildings obstruct the view of shorter ones behind them, and clues outside the grid give the number of buildings visible from that vantage point in the clues row or column. So we've got a lot of smaller numbers here, but this is a fairly long arrow, which I think 3 is minimum 6 and 2 more.
Well,
It's
with
minimum
that, the
3. So
2 skyscraper clue in column 8,
mhm.
does that put 9 in the second cell?
Not necessarily, because I can do an 8 here and then a 9 all the way
Oh,
down
right.
here.
I forget about that stuff.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
the
It's
only
not
the
like
only
I've
thing
never.
that would
It's not
force
like
this
I've
to be a
never.
9 is a 1.
Right.
It does feel like 9 has to be forced there, which and just like these threes in here, it feels like we've got to have 9s forced into like these spots, but clearly that doesn't work there.
Right.
But this 2 doesn't have anything else pointing at it that would necessarily imply that 9 doesn't work.
Right.
And it's definitely annoying, at least.
The circle in row 1 has a 3-cell arrow.
This one, however, unlike this one and this one crosses box boundaries, so these two could be the same, and so this could end up being 4. Now, it can't be 4 because of this 1, 2, but it's important to remember that when this sort of thing happens, the minimum gets changed. And
Well, the
but
minimum
the
is going to
1,
be
2 is 3, 4, and 1, which we were just about to say.
yeah.
Minimum 8. Which I probably should have started with, but I tend to prefer to look at this and then the things that affect it. Oh, this one has 3 on it, so 679. Oh, and it has to be a 9 because the 1's from here and here. So this one, I
Right.
sort of glossed over this one. But because this has to be 6, 7, or 8, it can't be 9 because of the 9 right next to it. I'm going to have to put a 1 on this arrow. This 1, 2 over here means it can't be this one, but then this 1, 2, 3 along with this rules out of all of these. So the 1s have to be up here, and if this doesn't have a 1, it's 2, 3, and 4. Don't know how 5 and 6 got up there. And this has to be a 9, and 8, and 3, 4, and 1. So now 2 and 3 are going to align with these. Put 2 and 3 over here. So now this is 1, 4. Minimum, at least. So 6 is gone, but I could put a 2, and that would make 7. But I can still do 5 and 6. And so I think this is 1, 2, and... Or excuse me, 2 or
Well,
3?
no,
Well,
you
it can't
can't
be a
do
2.
6. You can't do 1 and 6 because 1 and 6 is 7 and would require a 1.
Right. Uh,
And 1 and
I forgot
5
9.
is 6 would require a 2.
Ones, twos, threes, and 4s. Okay, 9. Can't be 1, 8. Can't have 9 on it ever. 3 and 6 is gone. 4 pairing with 5 is gone. I have to have a 1 down here because of the 1, 2, and 1 here. So get 1 there, but that's not particularly helpful.
In box 4, the arrow clue, the minimum that can be on the elbow is a 5. So it's going to be a minimum of 7 for the circle. And the circle in box 1 is going to be a minimum 5. Because the arrow point in box 2 for it, yeah, the arrow point in box 4 is minimum 4, so.
Oh, this one is going to have to be minimum 6, and the reason for that is these 5 cells are minimum 15, but their
Right.
sum is the sum of these two.
Right.
And even though they could be the same, this one still cannot be a 5, because 5 and 9 is only 14. So we can take 5
Right.
out, but they could be the same value. Okay. Well, I see this 3 lines up with this 9. So, whatever this is, 1, 8, 9, it has to be smaller than this one. Now this 3 looks at this 9 all the way over here. Now there's no way I see this 1, but if this was a 7, you couldn't have anything taller before you see the 9. So 7 is gone. Take 6 out of this one. This one sees 5. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is theoretically possible. 5, 6,
No, except
7,
there's a
8,
oh
9.
yeah, never mind.
Actually, these have to be 8 and 9. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because this can't be a 1, it cannot go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this has to be 8 and then 9. Because at best, this is 2, 3, 4, which would eliminate this one entirely. But what that does mean is that whatever this is, it's greater than this one. And then this one is greater than that.
It can't be 5, 6, 7.
Right.
Because the arrow clue in box 7 is either 4, 5 or 2, 7. Well, if you use 5, 6, 7, it breaks that.
If this isn't a 2, then this is 2, 7. But if this is a 2, this is 4 and 5. But I do see 2, 3, 4. So 3 and 4 is gone from this. Now this one cannot be a 4, because then it would have to be preceded by a 3, preceded by a 2, and 2, 3, 4 would break this. It would also break this one. Although, could this be a 3, which would be preceded by a 2, which would force a 4? And if this was
But no,
2,
that wouldn't
3,
work, because if
4,
that's 2, then that's 4, 5 on the arrow.
right. So this isn't a 3. This one's not a 9, which means I have to have 1 on the top. this 4 sees this 3, this 8, and this 9. And it can't see anything in between, so this has to be a 7. Because 1 and 2 is already over here. Which means that whatever this is, it had to be 4 through 7. But because I'm not allowed to see anything other than these 4, this has to be 7. Because these are 4, 5, and 6. So 2 and 7 is gone. We get 4, we get 5, we get 6, 3, 4, 5, 4, 2, 6, 7, 5. 2 here.
Leaves a 3 in box 9.
2 is gone.
And 2's left in box 7. 6, 7. And it's in row 8, because of the 3, it's going to have to be 7 on the right.
So we see 5, then the next greater than 5 is a 7, and then next after that is a 9. And if we swap those two, it goes 6, 7, 9, which will be too many for the 3. So let's go ahead and mark this 3 is done, that 3 is done, this 5 is done, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9. This 4 we just finished. This 2 isn't quite done yet. Neither is this 5. And this 3 isn't done yet either. This is 6. Oh, and now these have to be a 7, 8 pair. And actually those are a 7, 8 pair as well. 2, 3, 4, 5. We can't have 4 here. This isn't a 2. And it also
Column 2,
isn't...
there's only... Sorry.
Column 2.
There's only one place for a 9. Because it sees 5, it has to go in the 6th slot. It sees 6 and 9.
This has to be 1, 3, 5 then.
Yeah.
No, 2, 4. Three, 6, 9, so 3 is those two. It's this one. 3, 4. 9 isn't an option. 7 is 1, 6, 3. 1, 6. 4, 3, 4. Can't be 2, 5. No, 1s. So 3, 4. This one sees 5, 6, 8, and 9. This 8, 9 that way. 7 is the remainder. This one's for 6, and 2. And this one sees, I guess everything sees 6 because of the box. 8's out of this one. There are 5 from here, so 9. And then 8 places 5. This 5 places 8.
1 and 6.
6 is the 6.
5 and 7.
2. And 8,
4
7,
and 5 are
6,
left.
5 for 4. Mark this one done. 7,
The
8,
5
9.
is done.
This one's done. 1, 3, 5, 6, 9 is done. 8 in 2. Can't be 1, 7. 2, 6 is an option. 3 and 5 is not. So 2 and 6. 9, not a 9. I need a 1, 2, 5.
Row 1 is left with 3 and 7 in that order.
3 and 7. I'm missing 7. And I still need a 9. So 1, 7. 1's here. 2's here. 4, 5. Still need 6. 8. 8 and 6. And we're done. Yeah. There's a lot of interesting stuff in this one. I like the back and forth with these ones. And what that ended up forcing. Because this in here, put a 1 up here because of the 9. And that was interesting logic. Actually, going back to this one, there was the way that some of these croppy dots were used was really and this row, the logic with these two. Anyway, next puzzle is the last one in the uniqueness set by Chip Sounder, or at least in this uniqueness set. Numbered and Between by Chip Sounder. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Place the digits 1 through 9 once each in every row column in a 3x3 box. Clues outside the grid indicate the digit which has to be placed in the nth cell in the corresponding direction, where n is the digit placed in the first cell in that direction. Digits along a between line must be between the digits on the circled ends of the line. So, numbered rooms, if I place the number 5 here, then we count 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's going to place the number 1. That is what this clues outside the grid indicate the digit which has to be placed in the nth cell in the corresponding direction where n is the digit placed in the first cell. And and then between lines aren't too complicated. But I see that these two have 1s on opposite sides. So if I think about what that means, is that if this was a 1, which is allowed by 1 placing itself in the 1st position, then this one over here will be a 9. If I scoot this one over and make this a 2, well then this would be subtracted 1 and be 8. So whatever the sum of these two are, it must be 10. Now they clearly can't be both 5. So, whoops. I'm not sure what else to think about that. Can't put a 1 here on a between line. And actually, that's really important for this one, because this is either 1 or 9. And because of the 5 on top of it, that's going to place a 5 over here, a 9 over here, 1 is going to get placed all the way over here. Okay, and then that gives us, this 1 is done, this 5 is done, this 9 is done. Got some progress. These two threes sum to 10. And can't do 3 and 7 or 1 or 9. These ones just don't have a 9 over here, 1 over there.
Well, in row 9, you've got the between line with
Mm-hmm.
5 and 9. So between
Right.
them is 6, 7, and 8. So the
And that's
3
also,
is now limited to 2. It can't be 1. Yeah. Which places the 1 in row 9.
and now this 2 has to be in this group. Same with this 1. Can't do 8 or 7. 5. 5, okay, we should say now. But this 3 is done, that 3 is done, this one at the top is done. This 3, where can it be placed in this column? Well, 6, 7, and 8. Well, I can't put a 6 here, because that would clash with 2 3s. So 6 is gone. So the 6s, we're going to take 6 out of here, 4 out of there. This is clearly not a 2 on all 4 of these, so we get 2 as one of those 2. And actually, this has to be a 1, because where else can I put it? In row 6. So this is the 2. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. Well, this can't be a 9, so this is going to have to be an 8. The 9 has to be over here. 4, 5, 6, 7. These 2 are 9, so this isn't a 1.
Okay, the
8 is
column 1. But the between line that has a 9 on the end. The other end, 7, 6, 4 are what can go in between. If are the max numbers in between. Because it sees 8 and 5.
Yeah.
So that can only be 2 or 3 on the other end. It can't be
Can't be
1
a 1.
because of the 4 clue. Which only leaves one place for a 1 in column 1.
Which means 2 and 3 isn't allowed, so this must be a 4 and a 6.
Which resolves the. And the 2 places the 4 in row 5.
That's done, this is done, that is done.
Okay, what can be that one that you just highlighted? It can't be 1, 2. Okay.
1, 2, 6, and 9.
It can't be 8 because there's a 4 in column 2.
You can't be 7 either. And it
Yeah,
can't be if itself 4, which is because only 1 is self-referential.
right. It can't be 5 either because the 5 has to go in either 3, 6, or 7.
Right. So 3 places 4. And now we get 5 is one of these two. 6,
And now
7.
5, the yeah. And the 6 comes out of yeah.
3s. I'm going to line up and place a 3 here. 5, 6, and 9. We can never have 9s on the walkout line, although I missed the fact that this 9 was over here. This could theoretically be a 9, so the 8s aren't removed. Although if this is a 9, then this ends up being 5.
The 4 clue at the bottom of column 3.
4 clue at the bottom of column 3. Yes.
Yeah, it cannot be 6 because it would place it in, yeah.
So 4 is in one of these two positions. 5 and 6 is required on here. It's already sort of obvious. 2, 4, 5, and 6. 3 is gone from all of these. 8 and 7. 1 and 9.
3 can be placed in box 4. So that's a 1, 9 pair in box 4 that's left.
2, 7, 8. We have 6 on here automatically. Because it
Yeah.
can't be these two. Which means if this is a 5, we have 6 and 7 or 8. And then this would be 8 or 9. But a 7 or 8 would automatically make this a 1. And 5, 6. Sure, what else to do with that, though? What about this 4? 1, 6, 3, and 9.
Since it can't be 6, the row 6, column 5 can't be 4.
Can't be a 5. So it's either here or one of those two. It can't
Be
be
a
a 7.
7.
Oh, and it can't be 8. So 2 and 4. 4, 3. 7, 3. Now, the reason I know this is a 3 is because this 4 is referenced by this as a 7, which makes this as an 8, and puts that there. Which I probably should have done this first because that would have made more sense, but I just remembered that one from before. 7, 8 pair, 2.
4 can be placed in row 1. Seven can be placed in row 1. So can 5 and 8.
9, not 9. But this can't be a 7. Because that would have to be a 5. But then only 6 would be allowed. So 7's gone.
Looks like the only clue that's left not done is the 2 at the right end of row 8.
Right. 4, 5, 7, 8. The 2 up here eliminates 5. 4, 7, 8. Not seeing anything else that eliminates 2. Because we need 2 as one of these two.
Yeah.
7, 2, 6, 3, 4. These two cannot be 5. Oh, there's a 2 in the box. I don't know how I missed that. But apparently this one sees 1, 8, and 9, so that's a 5, if I click the right button. And this one sees a 9 here, so 9 is gone. 1, 7, and 8. Make that a triple, and 1, 8, and 9 are a triple here. So 1 and 8, 6, 9 is from both of them, 4 from both of them. These two can't be a 2, and these can't be 3 and 5. And 7 is gone from here. So this is a 6. Okay, what about these 3? I don't see 1, 2, or 6. But this 6 takes out of those 2, so 6 there. 1, 2 is going to place 9 and 1. So these two. 2.
2 can be placed in row 3. There's a 2 in column.
Why do we know this?
Well, if that was a 2, then it
yeah.
has to be a 1, and it can't be.
Oh, and this can't be a 2 either. Oh, duh,
Right.
it can't be a 2.
2, 3.
So
it has to
5
be,
and 9.
yeah.
7, 8. 3, 2, 4, 5, and 1 is gone. Laura Smith says 3 in box 3. Well, 3B3. Also, hello. How are you doing this evening? I think, yeah. I wasn't sure if you were, behind. These two, place 2 here, along with this 2 and that 2. I wasn't sure if you were behind, or if I was just missing something. Then fill in the rest of those. It's your birthday. Happy birthday. I'm glad to hear that you're doing great on your birthday. 5, 7, 8 triple is going to place a 4, which is going to place a 2. Another 2, a 9, and a 7. 9 is gone, 7 is gone, and I can't put an 8 here because it wouldn't have anything to be between. So this is a 5. I can still put a 5 here. Pair, this is a 5. Now that's not a 5. Now that must be, and then 7, 8 to the 5 must go to a 1. 7, 8 goes to 1. But now if this was a 7, you'd have 8, 9. This one must be smaller. Because if this was an 8, then that would be 8 or 9 along with it. So 7, 8 under 9. This isn't a 9. 7 apparently. Places a 6. 3 in box 7 is here, and then its partner will be an 8. Thank you, Laura Smith. Need a 9, and I also need a 7, and that's the puzzle. Yeah. I am warm somehow, even though my thermometer is saying it is 67 in here. It's not about that. I'll do that later. Alright. And this was the end of Chip Sounder's uniqueness puzzle set. I don't think I'm saying the title of that set correctly, but yeah, anyway. Let me go find another puzzle here. Short puzzles. Let's see. Laura Smith, are you a setter? Do you set puzzles? No? Okay. If so, I was going to add you to the list of setters to make sure I do their puzzles of, but I'll just grab a puzzle from Cracking the Cryptic. I've got a number of those puzzles queued up. Make sure to take that out of rotation here. Hit play on this one. Alright. Alright. Puzzle 4 for today is going to be... Sorry, that sum is taken by Phoenix Aki. Hopefully that is close to correct. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Place the digits 1 through 9 in each row column and 3x3 box without repetition. Killer cages. Digits in dotted cages must sum to the number in the top left corner of the cage, if given. In this puzzle, sum totals are entirely ambiguous, and some are given as strict inequalities. For example, a cage that says greater than 35 in its top left would have a sum higher than 35, but not 35 itself. Region sum lines. Box borders split blue lines into sections, and the digits on those sections must sum to the same value. Sum uniqueness. Each sum can appear at most once in the puzzle. This rule applies to killer cages and region sum lines. For example, if a region sum line is determined to have its segments sum to 6, no other line can do the same, and no cages may sum to 6. Kropke pairs. Digits separated by a black dot must have one digit be double the other, a 2-to-1 ratio, and digits separated by a white dot must be consecutive. Alright. Alright, so the big rule in this one, sum uniqueness. Each sum can appear at most once in the puzzle. This rule applies to killer cages and region sum lines. And that region sum lines must sum to the same value. Okay. Standard region sum line. Well, a minimum of 15 with 5 digits is going to make these 6, 7, 8, or 9. We've got less than 19. And this one's just strictly 8. These two are single cell. So how many, just for funsies, how many single cells are there?
There are 2 single cells in box 3.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's theoretically possible for these 3 cells to be only one of them. Laura Smith says, try double clicking. It should highlight cages of the same size or same total. These two.
Well, the greater than 12 with the crop key, it's minimum 6, 7.
Oh, this one. Yeah. That would be 13, 15, and 17.
17. Why is the top of the 8 cage highlighted red?
I highlighted it red because it has to be a single-digit sum.
Oh, okay.
Because of
Right,
there
yeah.
being 8 total red single digits. Yeah, double clicking does work, but it didn't work for the things that I wanted earlier on. Anyway. Oh, there's this one right here. Missed it. Okay, so those are 1 through 9. Everything else is 10 or more. Okay. So then where are double digit sums? So this one, those two, these two, and let's make those blue. So, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Although I don't think I can fill it out that way. Yeah, because I need at least 15 or 16.
Well, there's a less than 19 in box 5.
Yeah. Oh, so that one has to be blue. So I guess I just want one cell to be blue. So I'm just using it for counting purposes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, so that's 10 through 15. But this one and these two 3s don't have to be less than 20. Oh, but I could account for this one because it has to be no more than
Right.
17. Laura Smith says 5 cells can't be less than 15. The problem is that 5 cells here could be 20 or more. They are in the same box 3. Yeah, this one could go greater than 20 is the thing that I have to take into account, though. Yeah, okay, so now, between 10 and 19, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 taken account for. Well, I know that's a multiple of 3, but I don't know what those 3 have to be. This was supposed to be a fast puzzle. Well, greater than 14 is 15 or more, which means no 5s. 15, 16, or 17. And then I've got this one, which needs to be 15, 16, or 17. So those 3 are accounted for. Okay. Chip Sounder says less than 19 needs a 1 and a 2 in box 5.
Right.
Well, if it didn't have... Well, it's not 19. And we've just eliminated... Well, it could be 18 still. And... So, does 18 require both 1 and 2? Because I can do 14... Oh, no, 14 and 6.
4, 5, 6, and 1, 2 is 18.
1, 3, 4, 5, 6 is 19, and it needs to be less than. Okay. So Chip Sounder had the proof there that I was struggling to figure out. Yeah, because you swap the 1 for a 2, and that just makes it larger to 20. So this has both 1 and 2 in it. How much pressure is that putting on this one? Because these could be all the way up to 24. 24 and 18 is what? 30, 42? It's just making that a 3. Okay. I'm going to bring up Notepad. Sudoku Notepad. There we go. Okay. So I have 1 through 9 taken into account. And now my greater than 14 plus box 1 blue line. Maybe I should do that. I have to have 15, 16, and 17. So now, less than 19 is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay. And 17, 16, and 15 have all been eliminated. However, I should probably look at greater than 12 because they're still less than 18. And what can those be? Well, that would be 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17 is all taken account of. And then 18 is allowed. So they're actually 13 and 14, so I can eliminate that from the 19
Well,
possibility.
and we know which one is which on the 12s.
Right. Because this one's 13, this one is 14. Our
The
8 is
8's now 3,
actually
5.
okay. Greater than 10 has to be 11 and 12 now, if I'm thinking correctly. Because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That have to be from 10 through 18. And 10 through 18 is 9 possibilities. So I should have. Wait, can I not count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And one isn't going to be used. Okay. So if I determine so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. My brain gets fuzzy at closer to the end of the stream. So 19, or the less than 19 has to be either 10 or 18.
Well, if you consider that the others in there, because 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, I was going to say none of the others can be 18.
Oh, wait a second.
So.
Do I have two greater than 10s?
No,
1,
there's only
2,
one
3,
greater than 10.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But yeah. So this is 4. So then I still have 11, 12.
But the greater or the less than 19 is minimum 15 because
Oh,
it's in
sure.
5 cells.
I feel silly. I feel very, very silly.
So it has to be 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Oh, no, because it could be 3, 5, 7. Never mind.
There's nothing stopping you from having 9 there. Or, excuse me, 8 on there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's nothing stopping these from being different either. If this is 15, that those two can be 6, 9, and 7, 8. Although, if it was 6, 9, 7, 8, then this would have to be 15. We just determined it's 18. So these cannot be different. They have to be the same.
Well, they have to be the same the same numbers.
Yeah. Yeah, they can't be 6, 9, and 7, 8. But they could both be 6 and 9 or 7 and 8.
Did that one have to be oh yeah, the blue line
Oh, if this is 14... Does that make this sum of 5? Got 2 single cells. Can't be 8 and 9, but they could be like 9 and 7 for 16. Which would be 30. Which would make that 15, but that's not allowed. Yeah, this is minimum 19. Because everything else is taken from 15, 16, 17, and 18. I feel so silly. I didn't even need to consider 10, or greater than 10 and greater than 12 for the 19. Just as soon as 15, 16, and 17 were taken care of. That was all I needed. I feel goofy. That there. That was the order of the logic I should have done. Okay, so this is minimum 19.
19 and 14 is 33.
Which means the maximum for these two red is 12. But the maximum being 12 isn't very useful. But I guess what I could say is box 3 5 cell is 19 through 3 and 14 is 17, 45 minus 17 is 30 minus 2 is 38. Well, that doesn't make sense. 28. Okay, well, the 3 cell cages have to be from 19 to 24. I'm missing something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, they could also be 10 or yeah, because now it's only 11 through 18. So that's why the 10 is big. So 3 cell cages could be 10, which I have to take into account. Okay, what am I missing for important things? Okay. If I focus on this cell, let's make it, I don't need blues anymore. Let's make this purple anyway. Actually, I want it to be blue. Blue contrasts well with red. Well, blue is going to reflect over here. So where's blue in this box? Well, it can't be here and it can't be there. So it's one of these 4. But we know it can't be that one either. So it's one of these three. So that's not perfect, but these two, let's make those green.
Well,
green ends up being here, but that's not that useful. It's also here, not that useful.
Where can 3 go in box 1? It can't go in column 1.
Yeah.
It can't go in that leftover 4 because it would make the leftover 4 in the center there 20. So it has to go on that black crop key.
If it was on here, this would be 20.
Well, it would be, or 27 would be the max that could be.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute.
Which would leave 17. No,
Yeah, that
18.
works. Never mind.
No, it would leave 18, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And if it left 18, this has to be max 17 because of these.
Yeah. Because 18
Okay.
and 20. Yeah. Sorry, I knew there was.
I was being slow.
No, I said 20, and it was like, well, no, it's added to 24. That's 27. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So that's 9. And, well, what all could be over here? 3 and 6 is gone, so is 5 and 7. This is already 9. 9 and 8, and 9 and... This has to be 7. 7 and 9 is 16. Which makes these 7 9s. 5's 99? Seems right.
Yeah. So then column 1 is left with 8 and 9. And they're
Nice down
placeable.
here. Okay. So now 7 and 9 are in here. This is a 9, but it has to be greater than... I can't do 6 and 8, which would be 14. So this one's 15. 16. 17.
And that's 18.
Yeah.
It can't have 7, 8, or 9 on it. Well, it could have 8 if it's down.
No, it's 18. And it doesn't have 7 on it. It has to have 1 or 2, and it has to have 4.
Yeah, it can't have. Yeah. What was greater than 10, 11, or 12?
Yes.
If it's 11, it has to be 4, 7. To be 12, it would have to be 4, 8.
And never be 1, 3 and 6 is gone. And it can't be a 9, which means it can't be 2. And 5 is gone, yeah. So 4 is required, so that 4 gets removed from over here.
It can't have a 7 on it.
Oh, 7,
because
9.
of the 7, 9.
4,
Okay,
8
so that's
makes
12.
it 12. So now our 3 cell cages can be 11. Hey, Puzzle Tank, how are you doing? What's left over in this row? 1, 2, 7?
7.
7's not
Can't,
here.
yeah.
There's our 7. Just going to eliminate from all of these to be placed here.
And the greater than
Laura
14 in row 9 is resolved for direction.
Laura Smith says 8 in box 5 has only 2 places now. 4 and 8. It has to be one of those two. Because of the 8.
It can't be a sum.
3, 4, 8. 8's gone. What can't be a sum?
8, because 8's already a sum. So it could be on any of the blue lines.
Yeah. Oh, I wonder if I wonder if 8 got forced into here quickly because of the 7. I don't know. Anyway, 5, 6, and 9. And now these 5, 6, 9, 7, and 8 are all removed. Oh, not 1 through 4 here.
Okay, the bottom of column 4 is 5, 6 pair.
One, 2, 3, 4, 8, 7, 9.
Row 4 has 1, 2, 3, 4, so 5 and 6 are left at the end.
Eights have to be in this box, because the 8's here and here, and it being removed from this. But I don't think 7s are also going to be forced in here. There's a 7 here and here, and it can't be those.
In box 4 on the blue singles at the bottom, neither one of those can be 3 because of the 3, 5 in.
So then 3 is one of these. Not seeing if that has any consequences, though. Or Smith says box 4, row 5 has a 6. Just going to eliminate that from this. 1, 2, 4, and 6. What am I missing? Seven, 9, 4, and 8. 7. Laura Smith says 7 in box 6. It's not here, and it's neither of these. So 7 has to be on here, meaning this has to be a 9.
Yeah.
8, 9, and that would make this 2, 7 pair. So then 2's get removed from this. And so now these two are 1, 4, so 1 and 4 get removed from all of that and make those a 2, 3 pair. 4, 7, or 8 here.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. So 3 is one of these two, so 3's gone from here. Laura Smith says you have a 2 in box 6. Oh, 3's there, 2's here. 3's are gone, 2's gone, 3's gone from here. So this is the 3 because 1, 2, 4. 5 and 3. 1 and
4.
Just take the 1 and 4 out from here. Chip Sounder says 5 looks across from row 6. 5 looks across row 6. I think did I take that?
Well,
out already?
the 9 comes off from the diagonal from box 5 to box 9.
Chip Sounder says I got it, so I was talking about it. Say again, Mama. The
short line, the short blue, the single blue from box 5 to box 9.
9 from there.
And that takes care of 5 and 6.
These sum to 9. So 1 and 8, 2 and 7. 5 or 6 is on here.
Top
now
can't be
these
4.
1, 2, 4, 5. There's no 3.
Top
But it
can't be 1 or 4.
But this can't be 5 now because of the
Right.
3 being removed from here. This can't be 1 or 4. So this is 6, this is 5, that's 5, this is 2, that's 4. 1, 1, 4s. 1, 4 pair in row 7. Which just took care of. Now these sum to 5. This is a 3, that's not a 2.
It's 2 and 4. It sums to 6.
Oh, right. 2, 4. 2, 4, 2, 1, 4, 2. 2's are gone. 6's are gone. 5, 1, 4, 7, 2, 6, 5. If I can click the right buttons. Okay. Chip Sounder says cage in box 9 is 2, 4 now. Needs a 9 by Sudoku.
24.
Oh, 24. Oh, is the 9 here. That once we've removed it from this, once it was placed on there, that would have been forced.
Leaves a 1.
I somehow ended up with
3 and 9.
Fuzzy brain very quickly after the previous puzzle. I have no idea why. I was good for the first 3 puzzles, but for this one, mush brain. 6s and 6s are going to make this a 5 and a 6. This is a 4, I think. I see a 2. I need 1s though. 2, 3s. This one. 4, 5. I need a 6, which is going to go with the 1s. So that's actually going to finish. Hold on, I might mess it up. Okay, yeah, 5 and 1. 8s have to be
an 8.
one of those. And this is an 8, you said?
Yeah.
3, 6, 7, 9.
Leaves an 8.
3, 6, 7, 9. 8's there. 1 and 2, I think. 7, 9 pairs going to give us a 5. 7, 9 pairs going to give us an 8. 3 and 5. Uh-oh. Well, those two are the same. We're going to make this the same. So those are all red. I know I did something wrong. Chip Sounder says, my puzzles are always approachable-ish. They have been the uniqueness set has been pretty approachable. The some of the Singularis Alchemist ones haven't been too bad, but they're definitely intimidating. All right, what am I missing? Laura Smith says, are all the cages different totals? They are different totals.
No. Box 1 and box 9, they cannot both be 24.
Oh.
Thank you for that.
I messed something up. Okay, well, once we got the 9 on this one, that got forced. So, how did I mess up and get 5 in the wrong spot? 7-9 pair. Let's just eliminate that. This needs to be the 5 because of this one. But the 8 down here. Okay. I'll go back before I mark this as 9. I don't think I have the right setting for the check mark to tell me where my mistakes are. Okay, let's go back to here. If I look in this box, where can 7 go? This 7-9 tells me it's not up here. This 7 tells me it wasn't either of those two. And this 7 tells me it's got to be one of these two. So this is a 2-7 to give us a 9. These two aren't 9. That's going to give me 8 and 9 here. And now that's not an 8. Which is going to force this to be an 8. Now, in this box, this 9 means this isn't a 9. And now where are 7, 8, and 9 in here? Well, 9, 8, 7, 9, 8, 7. They can't be there, and this can't be there for reasons. So 7, 8, and 9 here. So this cannot be a 5. I have to put the 5 in this box. Then, if I look at these 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. This 4 means it's not here. The 3 means it's not here. 1, 2, 3, 4 means 3 has to be one of those two. Laura Smith says 2, still in box 6, which takes the 2 out of those, and the 2 out of these, forcing this one to be a 2. It's going to give me a 2 there, or take a 2 out of this cell.
Yeah, and the 1-4 pair for the 2 makes the third one a 3. Between
Right.
boxes 2 and, yeah.
And force the 3 here, 5, 3 there. Okay. How does this 5, 6 work? Well, these have to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But this 1, 4 takes 1 and 4 out of this, and then this 3 being removed from both of those means I can no longer make 5 work. So this has to be a 6, a 5, and a 5, which gives me 2 paired with 4. Neither of these are 5, it pairs with 1, and then 3 makes that a 2-4 pair. This 4 makes those 1s and those 4s. 2, 4, 1, 2. 9 and 5. 9, 1, 4, 2. 6 and 3, 8, 9, 2, and 7. Okay, and 1 and 4. And then this 5 sees 6 and 5. 5 and 6 leaves 1 and 4. These two, 5 and 6. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
The 4 X-wings in columns 7 and 8. Place the 4.
Okay. Here. 7, 8, 9, 5, and 2, 4. 1 will pair with 8. So this is a 1. 9, 5, 7, 4, and 2. These two aren't 3. This one isn't a 3, so that is. That's not a 6. Laura Smith says 3 in box 3, which I just put. This one is fixed as a 6. So that's not a 6, that is.
1 and 5 are left.
Okay. And that hasn't been placed, so I must have done something wrong here. Ha. When did I take 8 out of this? I must have had 1 and 8 placed. Okay, 3 leaves 22 left over. Okay,
well, row 9 is left with 3, 5, and 6, and there's a 6 in that box, which
6
places
and
the 6.
5. 6, 7, 3, 5, 4, 9. This one isn't a 1, and we've got 1 and 2 that looks at this and places 8. 2 and 1, 6 and 2, 8, 6 and 3, 5 and 3. But now we're going to get a 5 here. It's going to be 1 and 5, 8 and 1, 7, 9, 8, 3, 9, 6, 7, 6, 3, 2, 7, 4, 1, 2, 4. Not an 8, places an 8.
All right, so is that box 13 and 9 is 22.
And
13
this
and
one over
7 is
here is
20.
also 22. So 7, 9, 9, 9, 7, 7. That was supposed to be an easy puzzle. Was it just mush brain, or was it, I don't know. There was
Maybe
definitely
it's because
mush
your
brain.
keyboard is being screwy too.
Yeah, I've been saying for months now that I need to replace the keyboard. I need to just look up the part and then replace it. I need to replace the speaker in my laptop too. So I should just look up both of those parts and replace those. Chip Sounder, you're giving us way too much credit. There were so many mess ups in that one, but I'm glad we eventually solved it. Yeah, I don't know whether or not it was my keyboard, which allows me to be like, it wasn't my fault ish, sort of, kinda. Or like where I messed up. I'd have to go back in the VOD and be like, where did I make some mistake, or I don't know. I did go through some of the because I do have conflict checker on, and with some of that can be because there are some times where I'll just let the fact that the conflict checker tells me all of the numbers except for one are gone, and I'll just accept it. And then there are other times where I'll actually go through and say, look, then here's the one, and then take them out one by one. Because I do sort of want to do similar to Cracking the Cryptic, that this is educational somewhat, but I don't go through the rules quite as carefully as they do. When the rules feel either standard or straightforward enough, or if there's like a ton of them, I'll just give up on some of that. Yeah. And Laura Smith says, it got solved, that's what counts. It is definitely what counts, so yeah. Alright. With that, we only have 10 minutes left, so I think my brain is mush enough that I'm gonna hit the stop button a little bit early. So with that, Laura Smith says, I have noped out of several puzzles before. I have noped out of a couple of them. But there have been a few that I've powered through. I think there's like 2 puzzles that there's a Fistamethel puzzle that had a really interesting rule set, but I think it took Simon like 2 hours to solve. That me and Mama tried to get started, but that one wasn't on stream. Sorry if I bumped my microphone. And then I have another puzzle that I just have like on standby that I was just sort of working through.
There was one that Simon did that I tried, and I just did not understand it at all, and I just watched him, and I still didn't understand it. It had to do with a rhyme.
Hmm.
The 10 little Indians, or 10
Oh yeah, that one.
the
I remember that puzzle.
yeah, the mystery puzzle, and then there were none, yeah. And I watched that, and I still didn't understand some of it.
Yeah, I think I was able to solve that one, but that one was a pretty tricky puzzle. I'd have to go back and double check.
Yes, I remember the red fish. Oh, and then there were fewer, okay.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly the book, and then there were none, was the reference, or maybe that was
Right.
the rhyme, and then there was a book that went off of it, which I think I read the book for
Agatha
school,
Christie, I think.
which feels like a weird book to have for school. And yeah. Yep, Agatha Christie, and then there were none. I need to double check. Is this one on
Yeah,
the
even
podcast
watching
show?
just watching Simon solve that one, I was just confused.
And then Laura Smith says those long solves are fun to listen to while doing house chores. Simon is nice to listen to while going to sleep. I didn't listen to Mark much when I first found Cracking the Cryptic. So I mostly listened to Simon. I don't even know why I didn't listen to Mark as much. Like they're both excellent solvers, so I don't know why I had a preference between the two of them. But let's see, Chip Sounder says the one with the threes and the twin
I don't
six
remember that
rule
one.
was a good puzzle. I remember that word, but I don't remember the that puzzle specifically. Yeah. Laura Smith confirms also while falling asleep, Simon's so soothing. Mark is very self-critical, more so than Simon. Possibly. It's been a while since I've actually watched their videos. Since I mostly have started doing the puzzles myself. But I do play their video in the background, so I try to keep giving them views. But they are both, when they make mistakes, they'll be critical of themselves. I think Simon does a better job of playing it off in a silly way than Mark might. But it has been a while, so I could be misremembering. Chip Sounder says it was a fog of war puzzle, and there had to be a 3 on every clue. Chip Sounder says I was the one who recommended it all. Nice. Excuse me. See if this puzzle is in here. It is. Add that to my notes so it's easy to add to the puzzle description later. Here. And then Chip Sounder says, if I'm right, it was by Sharp. So I'll look that up real quick. Sorry that some was taken. What's the solution code? Oh, there were hints to that. That was pretty nice. Box 1 in normal reading order. If I highlight these, does that copy them in the right way? 163257498. Nice. Submit that solution code. Very nice puzzle. I definitely overthought parts of it. I'm gonna go with average. I don't know if I would necessarily call it an easy puzzle, but that could have just simply been because of mush brain. Yeah, let's see. I for rating. Okay, and now, oops. And then SHRRE. Laura Smith says maybe try it again in 2 months. I mean, I could do that. I do. I just rename this folder. Solve again. 2 months from now would be May 23. I don't have sharp. So let's try with 2 H's, or did I not have enough R's? But that one didn't work either, so 3 H's. That one didn't work either.
Can you
might
go
not
by
be
the
unlocking
rule?
Masters Germany. This one? No, this one doesn't have fog. I have solved this one, though. I remember this puzzle, with, Lin 6. But the one with the 3s and 6. Let me see, because you said that one was on Crack and Crypt Day. I do this, and then I do this, and I search, and I type. That was the mark puzzle. Aha, my puzzle has fog in it. And then well, this says foggy phenomena. So that one doesn't seem right, but it also doesn't have the rule 6 in it, so that's weird. Well, if let me try one more advanced search. Does this have isn't here? Fog? No, it's not on here either. Well, I have to try again another time. But we did delay all the way up to 10, so let's go ahead and actually hit the stop button here. Actually meant to go ahead and click over to the thank you for watching screen first. Chip Sounder, if you find that puzzle, the fog of war with the 3s on every clue and the Quinn 6 rule, let us know, because I couldn't find it with well, maybe I should have looked up Sharp on the Cracking the Crypt channel. Hold on. 3 H's, 3 R's. I didn't find it on that one. I just do Sharp. I couldn't find it. I mean, there is the word Sharp, but not with an E on the end. That's going to be the right one. And these look like they're fog puzzles. Yeah. Alright. If you find it, let me know next time. Anyway. End of stream script is for anyone who watches this back, thank you so much. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that fancy YouTube engagement stuff. If you want to see more content on this channel, Sudoku's on Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Single-player games on Wednesdays around 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And cooperative games currently... oh, I forgot. My single-player game is currently the Final Fantasy VII remake, followed by Rebirth. And then the cooperative game on Saturdays at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time is currently Darksiders Genesis. Ring the notification bell, that way the strange schedule where none of the times match you get notifications for. And also, I should probably be shouting out the donation link in the description. That would be greatly appreciated. I would love to be able to do this full time. My job sucks. But with that, we'll see you next time. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I've got a decent script going, but maybe I should actually make a real script so I can read it instead of going off the top of my head. But with that, I'm going to actually hit the mute button, and I will see you next time.